Who actually needs a 500-pound ice machine at home? If you're running a small bar in your garage or prepping for a weekend tailgate that never ends, this thing might be a game changer. But if you're just trying to keep a few drinks cold for family gatherings, you could end up with a stainless steel boat anchor that's louder than your lawnmower. Is it worth the price for normal everyday buyers? Let's break it down before you click buy. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room, noise. This machine runs on a 780-watt compressor with air cooling, so it's not whisper quiet. If you're planning to tuck it under a counter in your kitchen while you're making dinner, expect a low hum that grows to a steady drone. Downstairs in a basement bar? Fine. Next to the couch during movie night? Not so much. The stainless steel cabinet and extra insulation help contain the sound, but they don't eliminate it. If you've ever lived with a fridge that sounds like a small airplane taking off, you'll know what to expect. Now, the headline promise is 500 pounds of ice every 24 hours with a 132-pound storage bin. That's serious throughput, but only if you actually need it. Most home users will never hit those numbers. The real sweet spot is for someone who hosts large parties, runs a side gig making cocktails, or has a dedicated man cave with a kegerator and a soda gun. For a family of 4, this machine is overkill unless you're making 20 pounds of ice a day for some reason. The unit can fill its own bin in about 6 minutes and keep cranking, so if you're throwing a Super Bowl party and need 100 pounds of ice by kickoff, it can do that without breaking a sweat. The self-cleaning feature is where this machine quietly saves you time. Instead of scrubbing mineral deposits every few weeks, you just press a button on the Smart Touch LCD and let the built-in cleaning cycle run. It flushes the system and filters the water, so you're not left with cloudy cubes or a funky smell. That's a big deal if you're running this thing daily. The catch? You still need to replace the water filter every 6 months or so, and that's an extra cost. But compared to the hassle of hand cleaning a traditional ice maker, it's a clear win. Setup is straightforward if you've got a dedicated space. It's designed to be freestanding or undercounter, but make sure you leave at least 6 inches of clearance on the sides for airflow. The air-cooled condenser means it can't be buried in a cabinet, it needs to breathe. If you're installing it in a tight nook, you'll run into heat buildup and reduced efficiency. Also, it weighs around 120 pounds, so plan on 2 people to move it. The waterline hookup is standard inch tubing, but you'll need a dedicated drain or a bucket to catch the meltwater during cleaning cycles. The ice itself comes out in about 16 to 20 minutes, and the cubes are the size of golf balls, perfect for keeping drinks cold without watering them down too fast. If you're used to those tiny crescent ice cubes from a home freezer, this is a whole new world. The cubes are dense and slow to melt, which is great for a bar setting but might feel like overkill if you're just making a single glass of iced tea. Where this machine really shines is in a commercial setting or a high-volume home bar. If you're a cocktail enthusiast who makes 4 or 5 drinks at a time, you'll love having a steady supply of clear, hard ice. The stainless steel exterior looks professional, so if you're running a side hustle selling craft cocktails, it adds credibility. But if you're just looking for a way to keep your soda cold during a picnic, there are cheaper, quieter, and smaller options. On the downside, the power draw is significant. At 780 watts, it's pulling close to what a microwave does when it's running. If you're on a tight electrical budget or have an older home with limited circuits, you might need an electrician to add a dedicated line. Also, the initial cost is steep, well over $1,000 at full price. That's a hard pill to swallow unless you're using it regularly. So who should buy this? If you're a home bartender, a small business owner, or someone who genuinely needs industrial-level ice production at home, this machine delivers. It's reliable, self-cleaning, and built to last. But if you're just looking for a way to make a few extra cubes for the freezer, you're better off with a countertop model that costs a fraction of the price. Before you pull the trigger, ask yourself how much ice you actually use in a week. If the answer is a lot, then this could be a smart investment.